The toppling of Sir John A. Macdonald's statue in Montreal sparked a debate over who we choose to honor and how we explain the full picture of their past. Michael Couteur has the story of one cemetery that's found a way to add context that reflects reconciliation.
In a city of monuments, there's a renewed debate over how to honor the accomplishment of historic Canadians while acknowledging their dark history. Perhaps the answer lies with Beechwood National Cemetery's plaque program. Years ago, it started reframing legacies like that of Duncan Campbell Scott.
Yes, this person was a phenomenal poet, but yes, he instituted a system that killed children all across Canada.
Scott was the Indian Affairs Minister under Prime Minister John A. Macdonald and was known as the architect of the residential school system. Following the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, Scott's plaque in the cemetery was changed to reflect that fact.
It's not black and white, it's gray. And that's where people really have to understand that history should be sort of understood in the gray area.
Those gray areas appear on several bronze plaques that dot the cemetery, while others herald the heroes of the time. In 1922, Peter Henderson Bryce wrote a report calling the residential schools a national crime. It was ignored and dismissed by the government. That report was published in this building, just steps away from Parliament.
When do Canadians have an opportunity to learn from their true history in a way that builds a better country going forward?
Cindy Blackstock wants a plaque to be put on the James Hope and Sons building.
I think people have a different reaction to actually looking at a building and can imagine for themselves someone walking in there with a report that could have saved thousands of children's lives had the Government of Canada only listened.
It's one of 8 buildings on a self-guided walking tour of reconciliation put together by the First Nations Child and Family Caring Society. Blackstock wants the government to recognize the buildings and the unsung heroes of the time.
As we go forward, we need to be very mindful and make more space for these people whom we've largely forgotten in the past.
At the same time, the government continues to grapple with the uncomfortable truths about Canada's founders and how to reframe their legacies to include the good and the bad. Michael Couture, Global News, Ottawa.